Justin Horo, joined, as always, by what he was texting me, now the anchor of Levels podcast, DJ Tigertown, as he was giving it to the triple OG.
Ooh,
Willie Mason.
I heard. I listened to the podcast.
We'll listen to on the way in.
What a dog.
His dog.
Jesus Christ.
And
We got a
no
dog.
DOG as well. I mean, no
DA.
WWG.
Give a kid
I feel like
one
I've been-
fucking show.
I feel like I've been ambushed.
Yeah, you have. No, you did it. You held it down, mate. Well done.
Thanks, boss.
I told you in the show, fucking OG's going to come back on. You got to watch what you say. He doesn't always tune into the show because he don't have to. He's the big dog, right? I'm the one that goes into the comments. But
Had to see how you went.
the masses were into it. Like, we're into you about getting into to OG.
Respect, mate.
They knew it was coming. Look, after my sickness in, I think it was round 3, I just sort of missed
See, I wasn't sick. That's the thing. I was down in Melbourne.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
I just had to roll. I just had to tell you guys. I had a meeting down in Melbourne with some people, and then I just had to. It would happen on that morning, so I'm like, I can't make it. I'll let Scope know. So I was like,
Yeah.
I
You
just
don't
can't.
know
I
about
can't
that
get it.
shit.
Yeah.
Therefore, I won't apologise.
Yeah. Don't apologise, mate. That's why I heard it. When I heard it, I was like, oh, fuck, he must think I'm sick.
No, I was worried I was going to have to be fucking accountable.
No way. No, you're good.
There's
Carry
levels
on
to
then.
this, mate, and you
Yeah.
get information.
Yeah,
Gets
it'll get drip fed to you.
It's a need-to-know basis,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Jokes aside, killed it, brother.
Thanks,
some
mate.
really
Went
nice
well.
comments in the comments.
Yeah.
Really nice comments on YouTube that I was reading, and I think you were just. There was a point where you copped a little bit of flack every now and again, but it's a product of when we left the old company and come over, and
Yeah.
he just got caught up in all the mess there for a little bit.
That's right.
But then people
Know anything about it.
seem to be able to tune in and go, he's actually all right, DJ Tiger Town.
He knows his shit.
Yeah, mate, you did a good job, and I think that's just the toxic side of YouTube. Sometimes comments, social media,
Shit happens.
it just comes with it. You take the good with the bad.
Yeah, we'll get into that with the RLPA and with a few of the guys
Yeah.
really
Yeah, we'll talk about
off
that.
social media.
I didn't put it in the topics for this week, but when we address the Roosters game,
Yeah, we'll say something. Yeah. Barlow come out and said something. I just found it interesting. I saw.
Oh, let's get it straight into it.
Clint Newton's grab on it was like,
RLPA.
the
Newton from
president,
RLPA.
the great Clint Newton, good friend of mine as well, does a great job for the RLPA.
Yep.
I'm not. This is not the exact quote, but it's just like
Paraphrasing away.
I'm paraphrasing a little bit. Like like how's it? We don't deal with just say you don't turn off the comments and you don't do that in real life. How do you deal with it in the digital world? It's the same as it works in the digital world. Well, it's not. Like, I think society's created a bunch of cowards because they can sit on their phone. Because it's not like the normal world. Because if it was the normal world, there's not a fucking chance you'd say some of that shit that you said on the
95%
phone.
of people.
Compared, you're going to sit there and give me a death threat. You're going to sit there and tell me how shit I am as a player, as a person. You can't. So the digital world has created a bunch of cowards and a bunch of pussies who can sit on their phone and fucking and do whatever they want. So it isn't the same. You know what I mean? Like these young kids are like, it's just this is the fucking way it is.
Just for to put it in perspective as well. Obviously, Jackson. For people that didn't see it, there was an article. I'm not too sure where it was done, but Jackson. It was that they took the quotes and they used it on the RLPA page. And basically, Jackson Bolo was referring to when he had a rough game against the Panthers last year. He copped death threats, and it pretty much went off social media in a way, just because of all the, and not only opposition fans, but he copped a little bit from his own fans as well. Like
Yeah, he
South
did.
fans
It
during that period as well.
way out of pocket.
So what he was saying is he doesn't even want to do face-to-face interactions around at club events, media in a way, just because he's still feels a bit scarred.
Yeah, well, this
in
is
the way
his
he was
quote.
treated.
The main thing I want to get across is that it ruins the opportunity for fans to be involved around players by them doing that. It makes players not want to go out and spend that extra time around the fans. Yeah, I get it. And then so Clint Newton said, online abuse cannot be tolerated and the answer is not turning comments off and blocking people. That's not how dealing with abuse works in the real world. So I don't know why people expect it would work differently in the digital world. It just does. As I said, like we are producing a bunch of weak pussies societies at the moment where they can sit on their fucking phone and absolutely hammer anyone they want in the world on any fucking level. Whether it be Twitter, whether it be Facebook, whether it be Instagram, we are producing a bunch of cowards. That's just the way society is. You're not dealing like this in the real world because we're not dealing with fucking men at the moment. You're not a grown-ass man. You're sitting on your phone fucking telling this young kid who drops a couple of balls or someone who fucked up their multi or anything like that how bad of a person they are and death threats and all this sort of shit. That's not how you fucking deal with stuff. That's a coward.
And they would say that shit.
You want to say that face to face, man. You know, even in our comments, you can say that shit face to face with me. See what sort of fucking energy you get back.
I love watching you go after trolls on Twitter.
Do you know what I mean?
That's one of my
exactly what I was playing. Yeah, it was. But I have fun with them. Nothing really gets me personally.
Can I just one thing that we get sent all the time, whether it's Levels Network or my own page. I feel like we have to go over this nearly every couple of months. The David Kidwell hit. Everyone's fucking show MASE this fucking. First of all, I'm a proud Kiwi. We lost the game. MASE come on and iced the game as well. Second of all, and I'm speaking on behalf of MASE because I've heard this so many times now and I'm over it. MASE was having a crack at Brent Webb, who was an Aussie, who was playing for the Kiwis. He was on that. Back in those days, there were a couple of Kiwis.
Yeah, if you stayed there for 3 years, then you got the passport.
Yes.
You could play for New Zealand.
Yeah. So, again, MASE, I get sick of it because I get sent that just as much as I get sent, that clip with the high school student talking about DOWGs. Him? I didn't even know he played fucking halfback. He's a DOWG. So that comes with, that's the nature of what we do, right? But whoever's listening and you're about to send it to us, don't send it to me. It's been addressed. Both of them, I don't want to see it anymore. I get probably... It's about a 60-40 split of almost 10 a week.
Yeah.
And whether it be on my page, all the Levels ones. And I try to reply to a lot of people too on the Levels, especially people who reach out.
Yeah. And then you just got to deal with the people that you're dealing with.
Then I've got to go through all the shit. I've got to filter through all the shit sometimes. And so sometimes I might get 10 in and replying to people, thanks for the support, appreciate the love. You've been following you for a while, and then I get fucking show Willie Mace. How about mate, you fucking show Mace this or, and then the DOWG. Boys, this reminds me of you, the DOWGs, which is funny as well. But I just start going, fuck.
There's some people,
and then I get off and I go, I'm over it.
There are some people I just try and delve into the mindset of a person on Instagram or Twitter. Twitter's a fucking cesspool.
I heard
Twitter is the cesspool of assholes, man. Twitter is far. Instagram's a little bit different. You can look on their profile. You can see if they're an actual normal person, if they've got kids, if they've got some sort of normality about them. Are they? You're not really dissecting, psychoanalyzing the whole fucking IG page, but you can see how they are. Because understand, Instagram's everyone's highlight. You're not putting awful photos up, are you? This is a fucking highlight reel. This is your highlight reel of your fucking day. So I always look at that. Always look at that and go, okay, well, he's a father. Oh, it's a brother or this, that. He's a 20-something-year-old, 30-year-old, 40-year-old male. He's got kids. And I'm like, if you're bagging me, if you've got kids, I'll fucking really hammer you. I said, you're trying to be a role model to your kids by bagging someone online? What message does that send to your kids, who's probably about 14 or 15, as I said? Yeah. I said, I'd be fucking embarrassed if you were my dad. I'd really get into shit like that. Fucking DM them like that.
Real personal.
Yeah, real personal. Not on their page. Yeah. Fucking DM. So don't fucking say shit. Don't get personal with me on my stuff. I said, I'm here just trying to fucking have fun. Yeah. And then I really go into that. And then I'm just like, fuck off, mate. I don't care.
You know what I did? I hit him. I killed him with kindness. So I got this one dude. So when we left, I obviously got hammered. Everyone's seen it. It was whether it was on YouTube or my Instagram. There was a couple of posts where I was just getting bang, getting smashed for. I thought it was only going to last a week, but it ended up going on for about 3 weeks. There's one comment that proper got me, and the same thing. It was that one comment I replied to, and it was on my page, and he said something about Lenny. Said something about my daughter. Oh. So I went on his profile, went and had a look at him. I go, hey, bro. I know everyone's a lot passionate, and there's been a lot going on in the last couple of weeks. I'll just say, no matter what, I'll take anything that comes with my decision to move on. But I said, just leave my daughter's name out. Don't talk about my daughter. He ended up removing the comment and then hit me up in the DMs, and we had this exchange for a couple of messages going back and forth. He goes, I'm a family man. It was out of line. So some people, you just, if you handle it the right way, you can go both ways as well. You can fucking get real petty. You can go at them and you can attack them. Sometimes if you just hit with people with, hey bro, whatever it is, just leave the family out of it. He went back. He goes, look, he basically said, it doesn't even involve me. I don't know why I wrote you the message.
Heat of the moment, eh?
I just got caught in the heat of the moment, and there was a lot of messages flowing through. He goes, I didn't mean to bring your family into it and your daughter or whatever. He goes, but it wasn't in my intention, but I can see the way you perceived it. So it's tough because in this day and age, and we're going to be doing a potty too with some really special guests. I've got 3 guests coming up. Talking about, what they go through every day as NRL players and AFL player. So there's a little hint. And how you deal with people on social media. And for a lot of the time, I just ignore a lot of the bad stuff, whether it be on comments or whatever. But if there's constructive criticism, I love that. And sometimes, because of Instagram, like you're saying, mate, if you can see someone in the family go, hey, bro, like, that wasn't on. And he'll come, more often than not, I think you can get a pretty decent response.
Yeah, most of the time people. I get like some decent like comments and stuff, and I actually just talk to them about stuff. So what did you say that for? I'm not, because most of my comments and stuff, I never bag anyone.
Let's unpack that.
I just have fun with shit. I never take it personal. Once you fucking go there, I'll go right there, and it doesn't fucking bother me at all. Not at all. What I say to you or whatever it is, because I think it's just a fucking joke anyway.
Right.
It makes me laugh.
Even as serious as I didn't agree with what he said, obviously, in bringing my family into it. But at the end of the day, it didn't bother me in the sense I love my daughter no matter what. She's fucking. At the time, she's 2 months. Like the fuck, she's obviously not going to read or see any of it. I was just like, hey, bro, just don't.
It's not the point. It's the principle, man.
And then even if he didn't reply, I would have just got on with my day and wouldn't give a fuck anyway, and probably never remember who he is. I still don't remember who he is. That's not the point of the story, but I just, it comes with it.
It'd be interesting to see.
But not everyone's like us, Mace.
No, that's the thing. I'm 43 years old.
We're pretty hard, and we've been around the game for a while. I used to get bagged by my own fucking fans for when I was at Parramatta.
That's the thing. I'm a 43-year-old. I'm 43, so I understand.
Really? Fuck, I thought you were 65.
Yeah, really? It's fucking stupid. That's a stupid joke.
Kiddies, you're better than
kiddies, man.
Sit back.
43. I turned 43 last Saturday, right? Yeah. And I was just thinking, and we spoke about this before, and I'm like, I think I break my whole life down into 4 quarters now.
Yeah, I like
this. You know what I mean? I just think
we had this
my first quarter is sort of finding your way around the basketball sort of, if you just, I'll put it, the analogy would be like basketball.
Yeah,
you find your way around. You're a bit of a rookie going through things. You're probably averaging maybe 6 points,
coming off
4 assists, fucking 10 rebounds or something like that.
Are you still getting 10?
Yeah, I'm still getting 10 because I'm 6'6". Fucking second quarter, I'm fucking getting Kobe averages, I reckon. From 21 to
So now you're putting up points as well.
Yeah, I'll put in points. Up. Now I'm in the third quarter. I'm not putting up. I'm putting up fuck all. Russell Westbrook
you're
at the moment.
Yeah.
I'm already done, but the second...
Oh, no, so you're in the third quarter.
I'm digressed big time.
Okay,
because the second quarter was so big, from 21 to 43, I fucking fit a lot in.
Yeah, but you still got a performance in you every now and again.
I've still got to perform. I'll hit you with a Carmelo performance every now and again, and just fuck all assists, and it's just all points. Yeah. I think that's where I'm at now in life. And then this is the third quarter going on to about, I reckon, 65.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The next 20 years. Everything's
settled.
Quarter,
you're going to be Udonis Haslam. Who
fucking Udonis Haslam. But the second quarter is like Kobe and Wilt Chamberlain numbers. Just non-stop. Yeah. Week in, week out, every day about it. You know what I mean? Now I'm just fucking relaxed, chilled. I had a good...
I've got it in me every now and again.
Yeah, I have got it.
Yeah.
But I just tend...
I can hit a trip dub for fun if I want.
I don't use it.
Yeah.
I don't use it.
Yeah. I'm happy to be a role player.
I'm happy to be a role player. But I will get you with a triple double every now and again.
How long until you get into the Udonis Haslam phase where you're just riding the pine from Miami for 5 years?
I reckon another 10 years, I reckon. I've still got it in me. I saw it on the weekend.
Because you're still going to be getting after it a little bit, 55.
But even on the weekend, I was like, fucking hell. I was with my younger brother, and he goes, fuck. I said, I've still got you little fuck. he's 31. He goes, no, I don't actually. He's got me. He's a brickie. You fucking go. But that's the way I look at it now. But I'm just saying, as I said, back to my age, and a 21-year-old kid, how old are you? You're 22? 24, totally different. All you know is phones. All you know is social media. That's it. I was 28 when an iPhone come out. So I know mentally, I was already knew what fucking life was.
You know what's...
and what it meant to me.
One of my mates brought it up to me. It was recent. I think we were down at Husky. We were talking about our generation. I'm talking about... and anywhere between, the 30 to 45, we sort of grew up in the era. We understand and appreciate the old school, what it means to see someone face to face, a handshake, the eye contact, all that sort of communication, but also young enough to know what, all the kids being on social media and how advanced that's going to be. So we were talking about like life and killing it. Like honestly, we're in the perfect little window that we should be dominating. Too. You know what I mean? And there's levels to it. Levels podcast, and there's no excuses for us in our age group because we should be taking,
especially to be a shit person as well.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like you can't be our age and go through everything that we've done and you just be an absolute cocksucker. You got to have life figured out a little bit. Like I'm 43, you know what I mean? Like you got to go.
We're still learning.
We're still learning all the time. You're constantly learning. You're constantly learning. But it's hard to be like you got to be an absolute douchebag to be like 43-year-old and people just don't fucking like you. You know what I mean? I don't know. Yeah. I think I've got the shit worked out pretty good. Yeah. Tight bunch of friends, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we got it.
Life's good. Can't complain. But I'm like, circle's really fucking tight. But I'm like, I'd really want to delve into the young kids, like especially an NRL player right now.
Yeah,
how they deal with shit.
Yeah, like get together, chatting to the boys. We'll chat to one of the boys on the phone before. That's good. Before we move on, quickly, got a comment on the micro that we did for the NICHO Hines. Someone tossed up that DJ Tiger Town looks like Rod Farver from Super Troopers.
He does. Just a skinnier version.
Shenanigans.
Oh my God.
You got a shenanigans, right?
He's the biggest fuckwit, but hilarious.
He's the best. You don't know fucking Rod Farver.
I know who it is. I've watched Super Troopers. Great movie.
Watch it again.
Watch it again.
Oh, well, I'm now going to have to fucking
it's the best.
watch it back now.
Rod Farver.
Bro, someone DM me.
You're fucking right.
He's right. I want a goddamn liter of cola.
Liter cola. Oh, wow.
All right, before we get in the show, just want to thank everyone. We've hit the 5K, baby. That's what I've been asking for the last couple of weeks. Been asking like, subscribe. We're that close. We're there, 5K, Mace. But 60% of the people that watch, brother, are not subscribed. So what number should we get to? You reckon 50%? At least.
At least 50.
Minimum by next week. And next week, we're going to be having another little break, a little miniature break. We'll be doing the review and preview on the Wednesday, obviously because we have the Anzac Day games on Tuesday. So we normally film on Wednesdays and it drops on Tuesday. So next week, we'll be filming on Wednesday, reviewing and previewing the next round, dropping on Thursday as per. So clip that up, let everyone know on Levels Network, and let's get into our sponsors. As always, we are grateful to be partnered by the Tab, our main sponsor here. Make sure you go on and join the Levels Punters Club, the LPC. It's on the Fence Friends channel, Mace. I've been getting so close.
We'll get some shirts up, mate. LPC. We've got to take the LPC away at the end of the year.
Yeah, let's do something at let's do something at Spring Carnival down in Melbourne, I reckon. We'll come up with something with the Tab for sure. As for our other sponsors, the BSC Body Science crew, we got the high protein vanilla there, a great tasting high protein, low carb blend of quality protein. Always remembering, currently available in Woolworths, online at bodyscience.com.au and in independent supplement retailers. OG, can you get up the collagen regenerate, please, mate? And just give us a little bit of rundown, brother. I know you're big on everything Body Science.
I've been big on the collagen for a couple of years now.
Why do you use it and where do you get the most benefit, you reckon?
Well, when you look at it, you just go, well, what the hell does this do? I always ring Pico, I always ring the people there, and they go, look, you're retired now, so your tendons and everything like that, your ligaments, your skin, collagen just regenerates everything. So
it has to test it as well for quality
everything.
And purity.
I mean, it's like there's no GMO, gluten-free, no added dairy, no added sugar, no artificial flavors, colors, sweeteners, all that kind of stuff. So if you're a health nut, you do Body Science, wouldn't you?
Yep.
You know what I mean? So, but like the tendons and ligaments, so any like sort of retired athlete, they always throw the collagen in all the time. I've been taking this for about 2 or 3 years. I feel amazing. It's one of my routine things that I have in the morning. Feel amazing, good for your skin. See, I'm 43.
Everyone always comments on your skin, OG. That's where you get it from, the collagen regenerate.
I always take it. I always take it like at least, what's the supplement usage? Yeah. I'm not sure. I take that.
Do you take the recommended dose?
I know. I take the dose. I take the dose because you don't need that much. I just take it every day.
All right, and that's currently available in Coles, Chemist Warehouse, online at bodyscience.com.au, and in independent supplement retailers. DJ Tiger Town, let's get on with the show.
Beautiful. Jack Whiten has called time on his rep career, about a month out from Origin. Does this come as a surprise to you?
A little bit, because I dare say, like, well, Mace, we've been going through the teams recently. Would Jack Whiten been a part of your best 17?
No.
He wouldn't have. He would have been a part of mine, but that's I understand that.
I'm tossing up between him and Nicho Hines.
Okay.
That's the only way, and I'm like, I'm not sure. No, I'm not going to say no, because I love Jack Whiten. I love Jack Whiten as a player, but like, I'm not sure. Like, you know, like they're pushing for Nicho Hines. They are really pushing for him to either be starting or he's going to be 14. Like, I'm not sure. Like, I don't think I don't think he likes playing off the bench. He gets fucking hardly any minutes. There's no impact every time he plays off the bench, and he's always out of position. He's probably sick of playing it. I don't know. Like, I'm not
do you
sure.
think that there's been rumours about that coming into consideration, right? Not did he get dropped for Game 3 last year? Matty Burton. So Matty Burton went to left centre.
Yep.
Who played?
Talakai remained on the bench.
That's
so
right.
Remember,
So they didn't bring Jack back in, did they?
And then they kept Talakai on the bench. Didn't change a winning side. For
Yeah, they
Origin
didn't. They
3.
didn't pick
That's
Jack.
right.
So
Yeah,
it's like,
Jack was 18th man.
Yes.
He was suspended for Origin 2.
I'm not sure whether.
What did he get suspended for Origin 2 for? Can you have a look at that? See what happened?
I'm not sure. Just say is he 31? He's 31 years old.
Yeah, find that out as well.
200
We'll
gamer,
keep talking. Yeah,
10 tests, 10 Origins, 1, 2 or 3 Origin series, 1 World Cups, done everything in the game. Maybe this is like Canberra going, all right, we'll give you a 4-year deal. We'll give you $1 million, 1.1,
Yep.
if you retire from rep football. Because it takes a fucking hell of a lot out of him. The rep scene is big.
a fair question.
I'm not sure. I think it might be like a...
Oh, he missed with COVID last year. That's right. And then Munster ended up missing with COVID as well in the decider.
Yeah, so I just don't think... Yeah, I think maybe...
COVID's
So if you're a 31-year-old,
Yeah.
if you're Jack Whiten, and then just say a club's up for you, 2 or 3 year deal. You know, you're 33, 34, and Canberra offer you a 4-year deal where they go, no rep footy. Would you... But 1.1 mil. You know what I mean? Like, and you get to 35, retire.
If they offered me 1.1 over 4 years, I'd take it.
Yeah,
My talent.
exactly. But
Like,
like,
if I'm
you know,
Jack Whiten, are you
so
saying?
Jackie Boy's going to probably ask for about $1 million, and I reckon he deserves everything.
Yep.
But his productivity and his playing,
It's having an effect on him.
it's going to go like that. Like,
I
he's
think
going to be
it's having an effect
35.
on
Do you
him
think? Do you think he's going to be playing his best at 35? Obviously, with these contracts right now, I always go back to the Reynolds and the Townsends. You got to be thanking those fucking blokes so much if you're an aging half. If you're in early 30s like the Jack Whitens are, you're like, fuck it. I've got 4 years. I've got 4 or 5 years easy.
But he's not a traditional game manager.
He's a
That's
fucking...
the difference.
He puts his body in front of people and he fucking smacks people.
So that's where I can understand your take on it, right?
Yeah.
If you're Ricky
yes.
and you're going...
So I reckon Ricky said a little bit. Hey,
You think? Okay.
I don't know. I'm just seems like it's something
Yeah,
that
it's
Ricky
not the worst
seems like
take.
something that Ricky would do.
It's not the worst take.
You know what I
For
mean?
sure.
Like,
Like you're going
I
to have a
just
heavy
think-
investment.
Yep, we're going to invest in you in your last 4 years. You retire as one of the greatest Canberra Raiders players of all time.
Yeah.
But you retire from rep football.
I was
You're 31. Will you get picked in the Blues and the Australian team again? I think so. Maybe for another year or two, and then he'll probably...
Well, Greg Alexander, who's a selector, come out and said that he was in contention for sure.
Fucking oath he's in
going into
contention.
this.
You're putting Jack
He would have
Whiten
been
in...
part of my team.
You're putting Jack Whiten in any 17. You know what I mean? Like he's look what they did for the World Cup.
Well, see,
Fucking
that's why I would
somehow
have had
played
him
in
in OT.
centres.
That's why I would have had him in. So, in this day and age, I think versatility is so fucking important, especially in Origin. And you got to think back to the Origin last year when everyone was fucking getting knocked out and how many people had to play out of position, right? With how physical that game is, I would find a way to have, in this day and age, move away from the old school thinking of benches. I'd have Nicho Hines. For me, because I'd still pick Jerome. Jerome gets first shot at it with
I agree.
Nath.
I'm with you.
I'd have Nicho in the 14 jersey. I'd have Jack Whiten in the 15. I'd probably have big fucking Olakwatu on the bench as my edge back rower. And
Anything, just anything.
Throw Olakwatu in the fucking front
But
row.
you put him in the middle and go destroy.
So therefore, you don't need the old traditional back row,
No.
2 front rowers. As
I
well.
agree.
And
I
then
agree.
that
There's
way
a
I'd
spot
only
for
have
him.
one front row. So
And probably
he would
Daniel
be a part of-
Saifidi.
Yeah, Daniel Saifidi, because you'd probably go, no, look, you've got to have, because you've got Jakey, right? He's a hybrid. You've got to pick Jakey.
Jakey starts with Payne Haas.
And then you've got Junior Bolo. on the bench as well.
So
He's
you got
my big
Junior
boy.
Balo and Olakawatu.
Next week we're going to go through our teams and we're going to compare our teams.
Yeah, I think we're pretty close, but I'm not sure if I'm rolling with the Jack Whiten and the Nico Hines. But I can see your point because Jack can play anywhere in the back line, and I'm pretty sure he can play 9 and all in the back row.
He'll play front row if you ask him.
He's just a footballer and he loves it. I don't reckon he's been given the best opportunities in Origin his whole career.
He hasn't
fucking nailed it.
Anything
he's
down.
never, he's been given the 6 jersey and it wasn't a good combination with the 7. I think Moses and Moses played that last game. It was a dead rubber. Not much. I don't think he's been given a fair opportunity in Origin, or he hasn't really played his best football at Origin because he's been playing out of position. And there's some of the games are just. I don't know.
I just think it's the nature of like who Jackie Boy is. Like
too versatile.
Sometimes players can be become victims of their versatility. Jamie Buhrer was a great example. My mate Jamie Buhrer used to, obviously, Jimmy.
Yep.
He was so good at Mr. Fix-It from hooker. You played Jimmy at front row. He obviously played edge, played middle. You could even play him in centres and he would do a job so therefore he was a really good interchange player, and he for a lot of his career probably played more interchange than he should have, because I reckon he was an out-and-out edge back row as well. But yeah, same with Jackie Boy. Another guy that comes to mind straight away with this decision is Jamie Lyon. What do you got?
Sorry, I'm just saying the versatility of Kurt Gidley cost him a hell of a lot of rep jerseys.
Kurt Gidley's is up there.
So he captain from the bench.
Yeah, so he was the most. I think he's the most versatile rugby league player of all time.
Yeah.
If you just go number 14, we don't know where you're going to fucking play. Fullback 9, like anywhere in the back line. And he can play 9 as well. Do you know what I mean? So I was like, he was so versatile, you couldn't lock him down into one spot.
Yeah.
Jackie's sort of like that. He was a fullback, 5'8" centre. Like he can play on the wing. He could play anywhere. Like when he was first coming up.
That's why I reckon he's so important to have on the bench in this day and age, with all the HIA, with all the fucking injuries that players are getting, with all the potential hip drops. So that's why I think he's so important. And this gives me vibes, and we're talking about it today as well, AG. We're catching up. It was a bit like at the back end of my career, at the back end of his career, I played with Jamie Lyon.
Yeah.
And at the time, Jamie Lyon, no bias aside, he was arguably the best centre in the game. I think he won Dally M centre
3 times in a row.
2 times out of the 3 years I was at the club, or close to. But I know he definitely won one and captain him. He stopped playing Origin, and I know he was a little bit younger in his career, but he went through a really bad run when New South Wales went with him. He was often, he would have come through.
I'll give you the timeline. I think he got hit. I think about 2001, he got given an Origin jersey, or 2002.
Yep.
So we were about the same time, right?
Come through the same.
So it's another, like, he just kept getting thrown in, and then he'd play 1 or 2 games. He'd never finish the whole series. So this is from 2002, pretty much about 2007, maybe 7 or something like that, or maybe even 6. Then I'm not sure anyway.
And you had Gasnier and Cooper.
So you had Gaz and Coop, so they'll put him in for 1, get him out, put Coops in, put this in, then he fucked off to fucking St Helens.
Yeah.
And he'd come back. And I don't think he played again. So this is what I'm trying to think. The timeline would have been
6 in 09,
from 2. So
6 in 09?
I think he did. Let me have a check.
Give me a look at his New South Wales record.
They might have even played him at 5'8".
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They played him at 6.
Yeah, but give me a look. So when did he stop playing?
Okay, State of Origin. As in, when did Lyon hang up the boots?
Yeah,
proper?
for rep.
In Origin. So when was his last Origin game?
2010.
So 2010.
So he come back and played after his.
So he did come back, and then he was just done with it.
Yeah.
Like so from 11, 12, 13, 14.
Team in their prime.
Yes. So that's when he was over it before he left. So he left in 04, remember? He left in 04. And then he come back in about 06 and 07, and then he was fucking killing it. But he still was coming in and out of the side. He was never ever like in for a whole series.
And he'd get a lot of
and he'd cop a fair bit.
And
he goes, I'm not playing anymore. And then that's when he was probably at his prime, 2011, 12, 13, 14. And that was
won a comp in 11.
Yeah.
I rocked up in 13. We went to the GF.
Yeah, he was killing
it during that period. And by the time I'd got there, because I was like a fan of Jamie Lyons as well before we'd got there, I'm like, why don't you play? I remember talking to him, like, why don't you play Origin? He goes, nah. He was just over it. Like, he's like,
but he was over the fuckery from when he was younger. And I don't think he's ever finished a series.
Yeah,
he's never played from 1 to 3.
He did in 03. Played 3 games.
Well, there you go. That was the when you were killing him. You would have killed it. 03.
Yeah, I remember.
Is that the Joey?
No, it was 05 in Joey.
That's 05.
And then 04. And then 04.
Is that Freddie's
That's
last
when he
series?
fucked off in 04. 04 he fucked off, yeah.
Is 03
I played
Freddie's
03.
last series?
No, 04 is Freddie's last.
Did he play all the way to his last year? Because Freddie's last year was 04, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was Freddie's last game.
Yeah.
And then I think he already took off. Because I remember we played him round 1, and then Killer just went, bang, I'm going to WeWar.
Yeah, Smitty. He was over Brian Smith.
Yeah, and that's what was weird. I was just like, he played from... Because I remember like playing tests with him in
went and
03.
destroyed the Super
He
League for 2
fucking
years.
killed it, man.
Yes, and
Like
no
his talent was ridiculous. But I know that was a factor that he
Anyway,
kept,
this
he
gives
kept,
me
he kept-
fucking killer
He just
vibes
kept
of
on getting
Jackie
fucked. He kept on getting fucked around.
Yeah. Yeah, do you think... I think a little bit in the same way where cops a lot of bit of flack. He cops maybe unnecessary flack. He was New South Wales best. I think he got player of the game in round 1, even though they lost against Queensland for New South Wales.
Yeah, Jack did, didn't he?
Jackie boy, yeah, he played left centre, scored the first try. And then Matty Burton come in for him for COVID, and they kept him in at centres, didn't they?
Correct.
There you go. So we got all that. Yeah, this gives me vibes of just, I've had enough. I don't want to be part of this decision. He's
Wants a
obviously... He's got a really big decision coming up. I think this also gives me vibes that he might be leaving Canberra.
Yeah.
I'm getting that vibe on it.
I'm just thinking the other way, like just... Yeah, that's... Well,
I'm thinking he just wants to put everything to bed, stay out of the media as much as he can. I think, is it week 10 he has to make a call? By week 10 for that clause?
Do you think that would be beneficial to another club? Just say if you're Dolphins, right? And you're like, 4-year deal, fucking... Then you have to retire from rep football. We give you 1.2.
I reckon it makes more sense for Ricky and the Raiders with your first one.
Yeah.
I don't think if you're like...
It doesn't matter if you're Wayne Bennett or anything like that. You're not going to say retire from rep footy because you love playing rep football, and Wayne wouldn't do that to you.
To get a calibre of that sort of player, you wouldn't put anything in the way of like, or don't do this, or we won't sign you.
You can't.
Wayne
You
just
can't
wants to
come
get
up.
a leader in the halves.
Yeah.
Or another senior figure, someone who's got those runs on the board. If they do indeed get him, but I doubt.
Interesting. Anyway,
I reckon it'd be more if Sticky was wanting to keep him for a 4-year deal. Would make
do you
more
think
sense.
he's a chance to leave? Do you reckon he's a genuine chance?
All right, listen to this quote that I've just pulled up in the interview he did with the Daily Telegraph after he retired from rep footy.
Which was what, yesterday?
Yes. And the quote is, "I absolutely love the Raiders and I always will." Does that sound like a man who's heading out the door?
Yeah, yes, it does.
Yeah.
But hey, that's taken out of context.
Of course. Yeah. Oh, you could interpret it 1,000 different ways.
But I don't know. I don't think so. I don't want him to leave Canberra.
So I think he'll leave. And
Where's
I've
he
got no idea. I've got no idea.
Where's he going?
Where do you reckon?
Redcliffe.
If he wants to win, I'd fucking Sharks to the team for me.
We fucking said it.
Oh, we did say that, didn't we?
That's what I said a couple. Like if we're looking at teams,
We said this. We already said this. I just totally forgot.
Nothing else makes sense. Even Redcliffe, as much as I love that young spine, I think it'd be
No. They're not winning the premiership in 10 years.
They're not winning in 2 years. And when you think 4 years with these players, right? You brought up the example of Chad Townsend and Adam Reynolds. Again, killed it last year. Adam Reynolds is playing really well this year. Chad Townsend played really well last year. A little bit shaky this year, right? So you got to... 4 years is a long time, man.
Yeah, man.
A lot can change in fucking 4 years. A
I'm
lot's
with
changed.
ya.
They'll be looking at the Cowboys. They would have been thinking unders for Chad Townsend last year. Now they're thinking, it's a little bit shaky up there in North Queensland. And you know I love Chad. That's not a fucking bigger Chad. That's just the reality of over 30s in their halves.
It can
big
happen
contracts,
overnight.
Long term. Shit can change overnight, bro. And
but that's the only when you hear things like, I want to win a premiership, I want to do this. There's only one fucking team who's going to do that in the next 3 years.
Redcliffe aren't 2
And
years
it's not
away.
Redcliffe. No disrespect. It's Cronulla. They've already made. They just need one fucking person.
Yeah.
We talked about this fucking not long ago. Fitzy might be going all in. They got a couple of big dogs coming off contract. Money will free up.
They signed a heap, so Wade'll be coming off. But they just obviously upped NICHO, which will be big. So it'll be hard to envision. They've also got Trindle and Moylan on the books too. So
Moyes is off contract.
Nah, he's got one more year.
No, he's got one more year. There you go. Oh,
Do they have the money?
No, that's my boy DJ.
Do they have the money? Do they have the money? They don't have any rock stars in that forward pack that's having a heap of that cap.
Finucane's on big.
That's about it.
$750.
Nakora signed on reasonable dollars last year.
Nakora will be unders right now with the way these playing.
And Teague Wilton's up for a renewal.
Yeah, but you're not talking $1 million man there. There's
I get
not
that.
one dude
I get
there. You know,
I just
can you
feel
fit
like
can you fit $1
You're always
million
going to
player
keep
in
guys
Cronulla?
like Brayley on a good packet. McInnes, which should be on a
Yeah,
relatively
you're talking
good
500
packet.
plus.
Yeah, you're not going to be paying them like massive, like $1 million Harry Grant money, right?
Yeah.
So you're saving money in and around those key pieces that are going to do a solid job for you. You don't have to worry about it.
Their back three, I reckon, is probably back five is one of the
Even
best in the
Talakai
comp.
and Ramian, I reckon, like for their talent, they're sort of you look at them and go, you can find a good fucking nice little sweet spot.
I reckon there's a lot of those kids there that would take unders to stay at what they're creating there
I think
and what
they
they're
come out
and
and
what
said
they're
that.
building because they want to win.
I think the entire back five said that when they were all because they were all off contract at the end of this year.
Yeah.
And I think they're all but done now. Will Kennedy just got done recently
Because of the coaching
go.
that they're getting, and how like
and they know they're in a
what the
window.
club and what the club is where the club is heading. It's very important. All these factors are so important for these established players and even younger players. It's a fucking coaching. I just think of myself as a young 18-year-old kid now. If I was coming through the system at the Bulldogs, I'd be fucking loving it. Getting coached by guys like Ciro, who actually has so much time for these younger kids. Gus Gould, all these kind of things. The Centre of Excellence is going to get built in 2 or 3 years. Do you know what I mean? Putting a lot of money into development and mentoring these young kids. But getting the coaching is so fucking important. Coming through those pathways and having someone like a Marco Mealy, myself, Andrew Ryan, teaching you shit that you will never fucking learn.
Are you trying to get Jack White into the Dogs now? Are you trying to
Jackie Boy's already done. He's already made. But if I'm a young kid,
Cronulla and we're getting
no, but if I'm a young kid, so you're looking at the Cronullas, you're looking at the teams that are like have got their pathways in set.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And there is actual pathway for you to get first grade, and then you got a first grade coach like Craig Fitzgibbon, and you got Trent Robinson, and you've got, do you know what I mean? You got Ciro, you got those guys there, young, forward thinking coaches. Do you know what I mean? Like it's very rare to have those guys now. You know, I just think it's very important to. I'm just saying, if you're a young kid, to go to the right club.
100%.
Cronulla looks like that club. Hence the reason why you got 5 sure-made first graders going, "Let's fucking stay here."
Yeah.
You know, what message does that send to the younger kids if you're a 17-year-old kid?
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, they love the club.
The Brains Trust at NRL 360 have come up with a plan for 5-minute sin bins as opposed to 10 for high shots, given the sheer number of binnings to start the season. So, do you think the idea has merit?
So, can I say something?
Go on.
Do you reckon that the refs ever think about the situation or anything like that when it comes to sending someone off for 10 minutes?
Explain.
Like, I mean, there's been sometimes I feel like a ref just off the top of the head. You got 10 minutes. You know what I mean? Like with the hip drop thing. Was it a hip drop? You know what I mean? Did his hips drop on that dude's legs? Do you know what I mean? Like, do you look at the replay? Like, do you just like, or you just like all of a sudden just make these fucking real random decisions?
So you think that they're almost operating on a hair trigger?
Yeah, real hair triggered fucking things. Bang, 10. Fucking, it can ruin a game.
That's why I think this has got some merit in it. And I've been talking about it for a couple of angles. One, I think the hip drop has got so far out of control that you've got to then take the advantage away from the team that's happening to. Like, it happened to you a couple of times, Mace, with Preston recently and Ockenball.
Yeah.
You missed it. I talked about the depressor on the weekend where, happened to Britton Nicola, who, clutched at his ankle. Nat Butcher gets sent for 10. Britton Nicola gets up and plays the game, fucking scores a winning try, ankle sweet. Like, the reason I think it has some merit because the 10 in the bin used to be a big deal.
Yeah.
Remember, back when we played Mace, if you got 10 in the bin, it was like you had to do something fucking crazy to get 10 in the bin. And then now it's just so common that it's lost its.
You could punch on and not get 10.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, exactly.
Settle down.
Yeah, and it's gone so far now the other way that it just happens too much now, and you've got to try to find a difference because it used to be like it'd be hectic to get 10 in the bin. It'd be fucking hardly anyone got sent, right? And now it's like
someone.
And now it's fucking. You'd have to do Hopper only, bro. Or remember when Hopper launched out of the line at Keithy Galloway?
Okay. You got a warning. Don't do that again, Hop. No, you sent. Actually, you sent. Fuck.
But yeah, I just think there's too many 10 in the bins, and they're deciding games.
It does decide.
They decide games.
You can have
teams. Look at Rabbitohs.
Look at you.
Three tries in 10 minutes.
You get sent against. So it depends what team you get sent against. You get sent against the Rabbits. It's fucking 18 points. You're done. You are done because
Redcliffe were in that game.
Because of the players
Dolphins,
that they have.
sorry, not Redcliffe.
It's the players that they have. If you have a boring structure and you just go through the middle, all that kind of stuff, and you get sent for 10, those guys aren't going to do anything. But you go against South, who are the best Q players. When I say Qs, like if Cody Walker sees a Q, he'll pull the fucking trigger and it'll happen. It'll be a try. And same as and Trell Mitt, they fucking do it so good because they're instinctive players. Right? They did it against us. It was just like, we were in that game, like, fuck. Game over.
Yeah.
Because they count numbers. They do it so good. It's unbelievable. Fucking, it's the only team that'll really probably put you to bed.
Yeah, but you know what? I reckon this is changing too, Mace. It used to be the best teams can pull them apart. Because it's happening so much, teams are getting used to playing against 12.
No, I understand that. But still, the worst team is still against South. I've witnessed it too many times. They'll fuck you up.
You don't want to be on the end of South. You don't want to be on the end of Melbourne.
Bronx are up there too. Bronx will get you.
Bronx will probably score against you at any point, so you definitely don't want to be on the back end of them. But even like... I'm watching other games too where it's teams are putting on at least one try. Yeah. You know, like when Cheese got sent off in the Roosters game, they sort of went bang and then bang and scored a couple of tries and iced that out.
Back to my thing, like with refs, I wonder if they sit around all week and like just say there's 10 or 15 of them around and they're like, one guy goes, God, you fucked that game up, didn't you? That was a cracker of a game until you set that guy off for 10 when he didn't even fucking hip drop him. Is there any accountability around there? Do they have anyone ahead? Like, do they just, I don't know, is it like a team? Are they a team? Are they a team?
There's a referee's boss.
Just come in there and just...
Is General still there?
Is everything all sweet? Like, when they come in there and they know they've genuinely fucked a fucking great game of rugby league up, is anyone just saying, mate, what'd you do that for? Or so, I don't know. Or do they sit around just fucking patting each other on the back up? Fuck, it could work, mate. You fucked that game up. They're talking about us on the front page tomorrow. Don't worry about the game. They're talking about the refs. Yeah, we run the shit. Is that the kind of bullshit? Is that the kind of bullshit that they're talking about? Or someone coming in and go, boys, this is not about you. We want the fucking game. You know what I mean? Run a good game. Yeah. Is it that hard?
I don't know. Sometimes when just refs get it in too early and just don't
fucking egos, man.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think there's some merit in it, put it that way.
Bill Harrigan just coming in there with his wavy grey hair now.
Yeah, he was on the buy round with Jem.
He makes me laugh. No, I'm just saying, just get it right. It's all the time we're just talking about this shit. Like Cam Smith dropped the hip drop tackle down. He explained that really well.
Oh, did he? What was that on?
I was on after
Channel 9.
On Channel 9.
Yeah. After one of the games?
You know, like it's like a like a crusher tackle. Did you crush his neck? No, I didn't. So it's not a fucking crusher tackle.
Yeah.
Did you drop your hip on the back of his legs?
Yeah.
No, you didn't. So it's not a fucking hip drop. You just drop your hips
it's a fell
on the
hip.
ground.
It's a fell hip.
But you got 10.
Yeah.
And fuck the whole game up. Like, they just sit there. I don't know. This feels like there's just no accountability.
Oh, yeah. Cam Smith was on the panel after.
Yeah, he just explained it so good. Yeah. Like, everyone's whinging about it.
Yeah,
and
Freddie didn't agree.
Right.
Freddie's getting
so much grey area.
All right, Sam.
Like Bill Harrigan's hair.
Sam Walker is playing Cup this weekend. Now, before I throw to your scope, I want to ask you a pretty controversial question. So, Trent Robinson, he's won 3 comps with the Roosters.
Yeah.
2013, he won it with Mitchell Pearce at 7. And 2018 and 2019, Cooper Cronk was his 7.
Yep. Terrible halves.
So, in the time when he hasn't won competitions, he's had Jackson Hastings, he's had Cole Flanagan, and he now has Sam Walker, all of which are young halves. And it's come to the point now where Sam is now playing Cup this weekend that I have to pose the question, can Trent Robinson develop young halfbacks?
Ooh, DJ Tigertown going.
So you're saying Mitchell Pearce was already developed?
Yeah, I am.
He was playing Origin and stuff.
I am, absolutely. He was a brilliant club fullback at that point.
He's a great... Hey, Pearcey, and he's a gun.
We love Pearcey.
We love him.
So you're off Robbo. You reckon Robbo's an awful coach?
I'm not off Robbo in any sense.
So you fucking don't like Trent Robinson.
I'm going to look down the barrel of this camera.
He's not speaking on behalf of Levels here. This is you saying
you having a crack at Trent
Robinson. Hey, Robbo's a Southwest boy like me. I wouldn't do that to somebody from the Dilly. But
Interesting.
I have to ask the question because, again, he has won premierships only with finished products. And despite the fact that Sam Walker is a gem, he is a brilliantly talented footballer, but we're seeing him in Cup. And I'm not putting a line through him at the Chooks by any way, shape, or form, and I think he'll find his way back into the side.
But you're putting a line through Robbo as a coach.
Can't develop. That's why he's not in development. He's just in head coaching.
He's a head coach. Ain't he?
Oh, yeah, who am I kidding?
Go.
The Roosters
I'm only
always
kidding. Good
just
point.
like-
No, it's a good point. It is a good point. I'm just trying to wind you up.
All right.
It is like...
Can Robbo develop young halves?
Yeah. Look, it's a good question. Yeah, he's sweet.
Well, is he?
Obviously, Walker hasn't worked out. 52 games in. Someone threw a comparison out for me when Walker first hit the scene, or maybe after his first year. Someone compared him to Timmy Smith with me. You know, he's got
right.
like...
Timmy in 05. Remember Timmy in 05?
Bruh.
Ooh,
Game over.
sharp, man.
Try assisted doom. What was Timmy's biggest thing was defensively, teams attacked him. He was a smaller, more fragile sort of half. But Timmy had everything in the
fucking
repertoire.
skills, bro.
The cutout ball over the top.
Probably
double pump.
probably one of the wildest fucking humans of all time.
Ever.
He's in the fucking starting 13.
He's been off the piss for 3 years, Timmy.
Yeah, good on him.
I've seen him at
Good
a
on
wedding
him.
recently. He's been off the piss
Fucking
for 3
happy
years,
for
so
him.
he's doing well. But I think it's a great comparison as well. Both slender dudes. It's very hard for those sorts of dudes. You've got to find a way, like, you just got to find something a little bit more defensively for Sam Walker because he's getting heavily targeted now in defence, and it's obviously playing a part. But there's a part of me that feels sorry for him for a couple of reasons, like we mentioned on review, Mace, and I'll throw it to you. I'll bring up this point to you. When I look at the Roosters, too many Chiefs, not enough Indians. Like, Victor Radley likes to... He's one of the best ball-playing locks in the game. Him, Cam Murray, we talk about all the time. Isaiah Yeo, whatever. Then you've got Teddy's good for 25 touches, 25 carries a game, 200 metres. All right, then you've got Joseph Manu, where everyone says, yeah, he's a right centre, but he does his best work when he gets involved.
He gets the ball whenever he wants.
He's got to come in. Sometimes there might be, you can see some shape, and he'll just take a scoot 10 metres out and try to score a try, right? Then you've got Cheese, who I love Cheese as a 9, but his best asset is a ball-running 9. He's waiting for a quick play of the ball so he can go. So when you take all this consideration,
Totally
you got Daniel Tupou, who's one of the best.
And you got Kiri. Sorry, then you left the fucking 6 out.
Well, I'm still getting to Kiri.
Shit.
That's the point of it, right?
Yeah.
So then you got Daniel Tupou, who's one of the best yardage-carrying wingers in the last 10 years. Then you've got a $1.8 million rugby union player called Joseph Suaalii, who's a prodigy young kid's come through, and everyone's complaining that he's only getting 8 carries fucking for 90 metres and he needs to get more involved. And I haven't even got to the fucking halves yet. So, like, how can you feed all these fucking... Like, it's not... There's too many mouths to feed. So now what happens, and this is Sam Walker falling a victim to it, I believe, is, all right, you simplify it. Kez is running the show now. It becomes clear to everyone he's ball dominant, and Joey can still be Joey now, but even more so because Joey is still just going to float around the middle. I remember they went through a period where they were struggling. I can't remember if it was last year. It might have been last year or the year before. No, it was last year. And they really started to get their groove and they figured it out organically. I reckon this just happened where it might not have been a part of the game plan. They were playing Penrith and they just started to find some joy through the middle and they were just tacking like it was... Very basic footy, one out, look one side, play the other side of the ruck, and they just attacked the middle. And it was when Joseph Manu was playing 6. And then, obviously, Kez and Sam Walker comes back in. And then, obviously, it fixed them up defensively. But I just think Sammy Walker's a bit of a victim to too many mouths to feed, too many chefs in the kitchen.
I think you broke that down perfect. Because you have a look, if you have, let's go home. Let's fucking go. Back it all up. Because you have a look at that team, it's stacked full of talent, but they're all ball-hungry players, aren't they? And ball-dominant. They need the ball, like you said.
They're bulldogs.
Big bulldogs. So I can't agree more. And so how does Robbo fix this? I'm just saying, you can't just go like he hasn't developed. Like, you're talking about Flanagan, you're talking about Hastings and all those other players. They're nowhere near the Cooper Cronks and Piercies. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's a totally different kettle of fish. Sam Walker is on a different level. He just... Is Cooper Cronk there at the moment? Isn't he a part of the coaching staff?
Yes, he is.
A little bit, so he's the halves coach?
I believe he is anyway.
And like, but how do you get a half like that and you go, well, he needs his run, he needs this, he needs this, he needs this, he needs that. Now run the team. Do you know what I mean? Like, how do you do that? Because you take the ball away from all those other players who I'd rather have the ball better rather than Sam. That's the way it goes.
I think Sam would suit another team where he got to run the show.
He needs to run the show. Because he plays off the top of his head and he's not around all these ball-dominant players. Like, he can do whatever he wants. His kicks, he plays off the top of his head. He's not structured. You know, the Roosters aren't structured. The Roosters aren't structured, but they are, because Victor Radley can come in and get the ball whenever he wants. There's no one's ever going to tell him to do that, and Sam Walker definitely can't tell him what to do.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, so he's going to do that, and when they go long, all he has to do is pass to Keary. You know what I mean? Like, there's no real running opportunities for him. You know what I mean? Like, it's just really It's really stumped his growth.
You know, I reckon Sam would flourish in a Jackson Hastings sort of role with what he does at Newcastle and what he did at the Tigers. Like, you obviously don't want to go down to the
cellar dwellers.
Yeah, but
no.
If just say Sammy Walker
I'd
was
love
going
Sam
to
at the Tigers. Let that be known.
Of course you would, yeah.
I'd kill for Sam Walker at the
take
Tigers.
I reckon he'd be outstanding at the Tigers.
I think he'd be really good at the Tigers because I think he'd be able to run the show and it'd be his team and he would flourish. And
I wonder if he's having these sort of conversations like with the Roosters, and they're like, "Look, we don't see you with this style of offense."
I don't think it's the end of the road for him at the Roosters.
No, I'm just saying, like, maybe, you know, would he have a chance to talk with his managers and stuff? You've got to be talking about this for the development of his game, because it seems to be stunted right now because of the way that the Roosters play. They're very ball-dominant players, and they're senior players, and it's all about fucking respect. You can't be a young kid coming in there and going, Hargraves, fuck off, move this, do that. Victor, get out of the way. Fucking no way. You get out the back, kid. You know, you got to earn your stripes. Even though he's played 50 games.
You know who else plays this sort of role as well? And this is, again, same sort of thing. He's right down the end of the pecking order, but he's got more in him. Lockie Ilias at Souths. People will go question sometimes, Lockie Ilias didn't really get, especially when they lose.
Same.
Lockie didn't really get involved. But what about when they fucking pump the Dolphins? No one says shit about Lockie Ilias. Why? Because Cody Walker and Latrell killed it.
Yep.
So Lockie's got to stay in this fucking little moment. Cam Murray wants the ball. Fucking
he's in the exact same predicament. Probably exactly the same.
A little bit less because you don't have the Joey Manu factor where you sort of coming in looking for carries. He gets a little bit more say on his right edge. But at the end of the day, Cody and fucking Trell run shit. Cookie.
All Sam Walker's job is to get to points. So Victor Radley can get the ball when he wants, and so they can go out wide to Keary when he wants, or they go to the short side, or Cheese runs it. You know what I mean? All he's doing is getting to points. Cheese can fucking run whenever he wants.
Yeah.
No one's going to pull Cheese up. You know what I mean? Like, so you're playing, like, Hargraves wants the ball, you fucking give me the ball. Lindsay Collins wants the ball, you're getting the ball. The only blokes that probably wouldn't demand it is the Butcher Boys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they've got to bide their time and earn their stripes to get the ball when they want. So when you're playing in a dominant side, a ball-dominant side, and fucking superstar side like that, you need to be. There's a fucking pecking order, and he's nearly at the bottom of it.
He's too far down.
He's too far down for a starting 7.
He's a starting 7. He'd be number 7 in the pecking order, I reckon.
Yes.
Who gets the ball when it matters?
You know what I mean? I'm like, well, do you want that for your 7? Like, Robbo will be doing his fucking head in, looking at the talent of this kid, and then going, fuck, what do I do? Do I tell Vic he can't get the ball when he wants? No. And then you look at the other side of it. 50% of the game is what? Defense.
Yep, 100%.
You know, hasn't been his best in defense.
Yep, good point.
Tony.
What would you do, Robbo? What would you do if you're Roosters?
Fuck, I'm not sure. I actually don't know.
What would you do if you're Sammy Walker?
I'll be looking somewhere else. For my development, I'll be looking at...
Kez is a bit older, though. Do you grind it out, keep working hard, play the long game? Because the team,
These need to be like big talks happening now with the head coach, with Nick Politis and his manager, you know what I mean? And his dad and everything like that, who's in around his career. Like, where is the best fit for you? Is it here? Stay there. If you think the Roosters is the club for you, stay there. If it's somewhere else, this is the decisions that you have to make on your career. And the young, he's only 21 years old.
Yeah.
He's the future 7 for Queensland, right? Who else you got?
Future 7 for Queensland?
I thought he would have been pushed a couple of years ago.
Yeah,
I know DCE. DCE's fucking 40.
Yeah. DCE. Tommy didn't sit the scene.
Yeah, I know. But when they come through,
Munster is still only 27, 28.
Yeah, but who's the 7?
You can play Munster and did.
Yeah, I know that, but they're not genuine sevens. Sam Walker's a genuine seven. He's been a prodigy since he was 12.
I reckon there would have been chat in and around him taking Chez's job.
I thought there was.
Yeah.
That's how much, and I think
Well,
there
you
was.
got the mail, did you, DJ Tucker?
Yeah.
No,
Queensland,
it's
they
not a
rang him. Billy rang him. Said, "What do you reckon?" There's a bit of talk around.
He did. Billy called me after the Dragons called him and asked him.
Yeah.
Said, "Should I take this?" I said, "No,
No.
don't
I'm
do
not
that.
taking it.
Don't do that, Billy. It's not good for your career."
Get all the grass, mate.
So it's going to.
All right.
Sorry, it's going to be. This is a hard one because he could tough it out for another 2 or 3 years and be that alpha player that they want him to be. But he'll be 25.
Yep.
But I know that doesn't sound old. But fucking 8 years in the game.
If you're that talented, that young, you've been around for 52 or so games, you want to start.
Not sure too. It's an anomaly.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
All right, boys. Let's preview this round. Round 8. Just a quick reminder that all odds are accurate as of 5 p.m. on the 19th of April. Shout out to our friends at the Tab for all the odds. Thursday night, of course, South will host Penrith. Tab has the odds as such. Penrith are favourites at $1.53. South $2.50. Line sits at 5.5. This is a bit of a blockbuster. Thursday night to cap off the round. How do you see that? How do you see this one playing out?
This is going to be a good game. I think South's going to be better served than they were at the start of the year. Coleman Tungy, big out.
Is he out?
That'll hurt him. Dry Arrow come back and played really well from last weekend, which sucks too. They're just starting to get some middles back and some troops back in the middle. I thought their bench is getting back to the bench. This is, closer to the better bench. I like when Hamasele and Davey Moella comes off the bench. Fuck, Spencer Linu was unreal last week, mate, against the Knights. He's fucking so good. Zach Hoskins locked down in that spot. This is a tough one. I always sort of get stuck in the Rabbitohs trap because I sort of look at South on paper and I think they match him in a lot of areas.
Easily.
At home...
Is it a home game, but
it doesn't feel like a home game.
It's never a home game. At Acorn.
Liam Martin missing as well. I'm going to go South again. Mace. I think
I don't mind that. I don't mind that. I'm spewing that Kaloa Matangi isn't there, but they've got some injuries as well, so it sort of evens out.
Yeah.
Yeah, Spencer Lienu, that run that he did in start of
extra time.
Yeah.
Fuck, mate. Off the
animal.
back fence, him, then then bang, 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 done. I'm with you. I'm going to go South because I think Jai Arrow really...
Field goal to save your life. Nathan Cleary or Daly Cherry Evans?
Fucking Cleary all
Prince.
day.
You're on the Prince now?
What he's done in the last 4 weeks, that one from the 40 of a tap.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
He's a freak. What the fuck? I'm with you. I think South are sort of hitting some good form.
Yeah.
I reckon they can handle their forward pack. They're all right. And this is always a spiteful game.
What's the start? 5.5 DJ Tiger Town?
5.5, correct.
This is a spiteful
Give me
game.
5.5
They
start.
fucking hate each other. This is the fucking one of the best rivalries in the game now. This is good. I always
these two
love
hate each other.
watching
two
these
teams
games.
hate each other.
Jai Arrow, Damien Cook, Tom Burgess. I like those. I mean, Leota, I reckon he's the top 5 prop in the game. Mitch Kenny, Eisenu, Sorensen, Zach Hoskins, Isaiah Yo. You're not looking at that pack going Fisher Harris, Leota, Kickow, Liam Martin, Isaiah Yo, Api Coruscant. That's a fucking formidable pack. It's one of the best packs to fucking ever be in the NRL. It's going to go down as one of the best. So I think, if you're a South Sydney team, you're looking at Penrith going, they're beatable. We're always saying that, but they just look a little bit more beatable. They don't look as fucking as I just named that pack before. You look at that, the sheet before, and you're a young kid like fucking Hame Sele or, like Jed Carr, you're like, fuck, it's going to be hard. You know what I mean? Like, you're up for it.
Well, at the start of the year, they were coming for him. They just fell short.
Yeah.
Remember? The last little ditch, 12 sort of switched on the last 15 minutes. I think game fitness, they're a real momentum team. Penrith had a little scare last week that also scares me because they might have had their shit game and still won, which is a scary thing. Like, when a lot of teams, they go through the Broncos had an awful game against the Raiders, but they get beaten. Penrith were nowhere near close to their best, but they still win because of an eighth.
No, I'm South. I'm confident South will get it.
Okay, I'm with you. I'm South.
very confident.
I'm confident in the 5.5. If the tab's going to give me plus 5.5, our friends at the tab, geez, I'll be taking that. That's a great line. Great line for a Thursday night to be smacking on a Thursday night.
Fucking Thursday, how good. Can't wait.
Speaking of things being great, what's your...
The Grateful Eight, we're saving it to the end, brother. Going to go all at once right at the end. Yeah.
Beautiful. Okay, all right. Up in Darwin.
Oh, God.
Friday night.
If I'm Parramatta, if I'm some of them players, I'm like Junior Paul, I'm like, do we have to sign that fucking deal with Darwin?
Yeah.
Can we get away from it, please? My next deal is I'll sign 5 years, no games in Darwin.
And they keep taking all like Sunshine State teams, so Cowboys, Broncos.
Oh, man.
Are way more accustomed to that
No one gives
sort
a
of weather.
fuck. Let's go play Cowboys in Darwin.
Yeah.
We'll get it over them. No.
Dusted by 30, 40.
Fuck.
Our friends at the tab have Brisbane favourites starting at $1.74. Parramatta out at $2.10. Lines at 2.5. It'll be close. I like Parra in this game. I feel like they can get it done. Do you reckon they can get it done? Or
Yeah, I don't hate it as well. DJ Tigertown. It's the fuck, man. This NRL's so hard to pick this year. As you can tell if you've been watching the show, it's been tough to fucking hit a few winners. Who is Corey Oates, big in. Bailey Simonson, he's not a part of it. I think this is because he'll be coming on the extended bench. I think Parramatta are working into this is their best team off the back of last week as well, because they got Hodgson coming back. So Hands, who was really good, he's been throwing them hands. He's back on the bench. Widdamoo Greg's been fucking good, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, boy, Widdamoo
Mason.
Jermaine Hopgood on the bench.
I'll go by Widdamoo now.
Widdamoo, yeah. So Widdamoo is
Mason.
in Māori. It's
It's William. You told me.
What else have we got?
So Widdamoo. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, Corey Oates comes in and takes Jesse Arthur's gig straight away. Fuck, bro, it's fucking hard to tip against the Broncos at the moment. Actually,
I'm not even looking at Parramatta.
Yeah,
not even looking at them. The amount of cues they would have left on the field against us last week.
Yeah,
and how the Broncos play, this could be fucking ugly. They're a good team. They play expansive, the Broncos, and they go straight through the front door. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I see a lot of things that you can expose with Parramatta. Obviously, we didn't do it last week, but don't let the scoreboard reflect what I saw anyway. I just think the Broncos have that sort of team, man. They fucking run hard. They're confident as hell. They run direct. And they've got a good balance, man. Jordan Rickey's playing good. Carrigan, Cape. Well, look, that backline, man. Backline scares me. Tony Staggs and Penasini would be going at it. It'd be a good battle.
right. They're both right centres. So it'd be
Who's Penasini left centre?
It'll be Katoni on Sean Russell and Herbie Farnworth and Will Penasini.
Yeah,
who was
Katoni and Will Penasini are both right centres. Right. But that'd be a mad matchup.
I thought they were going against each other.
He'll get a crack at Sean Russell and Micah Sevo. Fuck, that'll be good, man.
Reece Walsh is the king, but
he's fucking playing so good, bro. The beauty of Reece Walsh too is he had an off game where he got to be a little bit too lovely in the Raiders game. Tried to do a few too little things too pretty. When the game was there for the taking against the Titans, he went after it.
Titans.
And he tries to punch through the middle. And that's what I love about it.
Titans fucking had the Bronx on the rack.
Yeah, fucking oath
they were fucking... The amount of deflections off kicks...
Yeah.
That led to tries.
They were up by a try.
It cost the Titans.
It was a 12-point swing.
Oh, wow. I was watching it going, fucking hell. Yeah, Staggs and Penasini would be a good fucking matchup. I thought Penasini was I thought Staggs was a right side centre.
Yeah, Staggs is. Staggs and Penasini are both right.
Ah, fucking hell. I'm getting my things mixed up.
All right. Broncos?
Yeah, Bronx. By like a fair bit.
13 plus, Broncos.
Yeah.
I like that shit.
Even because I just love the way Ezra Mam attacks as well. They just play really expansive. And if they have a look at the tape, they'll see a lot of options. And they've got some players that can go like 80, 90, 100, like easily.
Yeah. It'd be a good test to see where Parramatta are really at.
After hot.
You know, they just picked on the Bulldogs. They picked on the Tigers. A couple of teams that got a few injuries and down in form. So let's move on to your Dogs. Dogs.
Court Dogs. Cronulla Saturday 5:30. Cronulla super short odds, courtesy of our friends at the tab. $1.16. The Bulldogs out at $5.20. Line sits at 14.5. Casualty wards building week to week, mate. How's the feeling? It's training.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think that, like, the coaching staff, like Ciro, does a really good job of just sort of like leveling everyone out with video sessions, and like we do the review. Review sucks. Review sucks even if you win. You're still looking at a few negatives, aren't you? Even when you do win, it just gets amplified when you do lose. You know, but there's a lot of positives in there. We left a lot of points on the field. That's, I mean, like, obviously when you watch a game, just say most punters, they don't watch the game from where we watch the game. And the angles and all that kind of stuff. So when you look at it from our point of view, you're like, fuck, there's about 14, 15 plays that we were trying to execute that we just didn't. You know, we just left them on the field there. And if we had done that, it would have been a different game.
Paul Reedy had a kind of a game.
Yeah, you know, like some of our senior players, and you know what I mean? It was just one of those.
Tavita was good.
T was good, man, for his first game. You know, a couple of little things. There was a couple of little fucking ref. Like, that inside ball, I think we nearly would have scored when we were coming back. I think it was 16-6. And the guy hits it down, and the ref sees it, and it's just like, it wasn't even 6 to go.
Yeah.
Things like that break your fucking heart. You're not looking back on things, but like things. So how do you fucking think that's not 6 to go?
You
the guy hit it.
You know what I like, mate?
It's fucking ref.
Because I watch me depressors and I've been getting into them. I love the way that, and I'm not just saying this because you're at the Dogs as well. You know, you do your ambassadorship at the Dogs, but I love the way he handles himself. He's not about excuses. He come out and said, like, because the media are always trying to poke it, like, oh, tell us about who's out. Like, Fox is out, Kraz, it doesn't help. And he goes, yeah, we got confidence in our players, and it's next man up.
It is.
And he goes, this will be make or break for the club. So go through these tough times. We'll figure out who we are.
And this is what we're doing at the moment. It sucks what's happening, you know, but we don't even, as a club, you just don't care. You want.
What's great opportunity?
You got to build that sort of. You got to build that culture. It's like next man up. We don't care.
Declan Casey.
If someone gets injured. If
Braden Burns. What are you about?
Get it. You get that. You put that jersey on.
Andrew Davey. What do you got?
You put that jersey on. Is expectations there?
Going to be a tough one though, mate. The Sharks.
The Sharks are good, but like we don't worry about anyone else apart from ourselves.
Yeah,
we just got to get our own shit together. Whoever's available is available, and we're expected you to put like 100% in. That's it.
Yep, I'm on the Sharks.
Beautiful. All right. Next one, North Queensland in Townsville.
Very tricky as well.
We'll play the Newcastle Knights.
Kalen straight back into the 6, Mace.
He is. Just quickly, the odds. Cowboys favourites $1.70. Newcastle outsiders $2.15. Lines in short at 2.5. Are the Cowboys deserving favourites given their form line recently and the fact that Newcastle just lost by a point at the Premiers?
Yeah, because on paper there's the team there at the Cowboys. I just have a feeling they're just not figuring it out. But yeah, you wouldn't be backing them with any confidence. What do we got?
No Taumalolo.
Yeah, Jace is out.
He's got surgery.
Fucking how long?
4 to 6.
Oh, fuck.
Jordan McLean comes back into the front row, Mason. Yeah, he's not really a player that's going to blow you away, but he's also just solid through the middle. And they're missing guys that are just, I think they're lacking guys that can just do the job for them. I said in the review, Mace, that they're just a team that look like they're always trying to do the big play at the moment.
Yeah. I think
it's a hard game to pick.
Addition of Kalen Ponga at 6.
Jacob Safidi back too?
And Saifidi back.
Oh, yes, he is. Yep, he is.
Correct.
I'm not sure if I'm putting him at 6, first of all, because I reckon that, who's the other young kid?
Tyson
Gamble. He's been doing a fucking great job.
Yeah, I agree.
Lachlan Miller hasn't been setting the world on fire.
No, Lockie Miller's been good.
Put him on the bench.
Yeah, I would put him at 14.
I would put him at 14 and just say, come on whenever you want. I'm just not putting him in the front line.
He's a couple of really good first 4 weeks. Still been good in the last couple of weeks in terms of meters, yards, all that sort of stuff. But I think he can play a 14 role.
Yeah, I think
it's a tough one because KP's their guy. And
I just think it takes him we've been through this before. Like he's the second receiver. He's a ball distributor now instead of a ball runner.
That's his
do you know what I mean?
Though, when he takes on those short sides.
Yeah, but like when he runs, right? When he's fullback and he can go both sides of the ruck and pull up whenever he wants to go, short sides, everything like that. And that's when he can do it full-back. He can't do that at 6.
I really worry about
not the way they're structured.
I really worry about seeing him in the lineup, eh?
I don't want to fucking see him there. Yes, exactly. Like
we're going to find out, and it's no. At the end of the day, as in like fuck, bro. Caelan's got to put a full season together now after this to have any sort of confidence.
And
he can't have another head knock.
If I'm a defensive coach and I see Caelan Ponga there, I'm not that worried about it at 6 compared to when he's fullback.
He's got Jeremiah Nanai on his edge.
Yeah, I know he's one of the best fucking hole runners.
Well, that's
and
my
he'll
point.
attack you. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, I'm just saying, if you're a defensive, the defensive person for North Queensland, if KP is at number 1, you're shitting yourself. If he's at 6, you can game plan around it.
Yeah.
You can game plan. You know where he is. He doesn't go both sides like he's a 1, and you can't really game plan for that.
Yeah.
Well, when he's a 6, he's going to be on the left side or he's going to be on the right side. That's the way teams are played. And I'm pretty sure he's going to be on the left side. And he's not going to be that ball runner around the back when you have to shit yourself. You just, I don't know, you just take that one dimension out of his game, which fucking made him KP.
Well, the beauty of this and the style of play and the footy they're playing, if it wasn't for the head knocks, I'd be a little bit more excited about it because Jackson Hastings has been really obviously ball dominant. That's his bread and butter. He gets on the ball, he plays everyone, he plays all the shape. And Tyson Gamble has predominantly been staying left, but he's had the opportunities to flow out to the right as well. So I hope KP does the same thing.
Can't limit that kid.
I'm going to go Knights.
I'm going the Knights as well. You can't. I just don't like a talent like that to be limited on one side of the field.
I don't even care who wins this game. I just want KP to play 80.
Play 80 and kill it.
I just want him to kill it. I want him to play 80. And when I see he's one of our best, he's still young players in the competition.
It's the face of the game,
he's
man.
A great kid. So I want KP to have a big game.
Kid.
All right, next one. Dolphins, Gold Coast at Suncorp. So just quickly, boys, courtesy of our friends at the Tab, Dolphins $1.70, Gold Coast $2.15, and the line is at 2.5. And just quickly, boys, a bit of breaking news. The Hammer has extended his stay at the Dolphins to remain there until the end of 2027.
Oh, good on him.
Nice.
Well
Huge.
deserved. He's killed it, man.
He's been their best player.
Yep, some certainty. They've locked in Hammer, and they locked in Jeremy Marshall King for another couple of years.
Wow, it's good
as well. So
good that they're repaying that.
yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Big move for both those guys to leave their previous clubs, come there, kill it. Well deserved.
Brilliant. Let's talk about this game.
Fuck, this is going to be a good game.
Yeah, I like watching both these teams, man. If this was, I swear, usually I'd be like, this sucks. I like watching the Titans
at
play.
the start of the year, if you'd said Dolphins and Titans to us at round 8, would be going, fuck, this is going to be the lowest game. But this is going to be good. Is it at Suncorp, did you say?
Nice.
Yeah,
2 o'clock, Giant.
Jaden Campbell versus Hamaso through the middle with a few lazy middles. Fucking stop it. Jaden Campbell's been unreal, bro.
Jojo Fafita, they can't pair
Jojo Fafita's big because that moves Phil Sammy back to the centres, who's been unreal.
Been on fire.
Jojo Fafita's got a massive future. I reckon he's going to be a real player for him.
He's
the other winger. I'm not going to attempt his name.
Pereira? Yeah.
He's a fucking gun.
Olofiana.
You see that last try that he scored? Just bang, change direction. No one even touched him.
Bro, he's so far. He's
fucking lightning, man. I was just looking at it. It was a nothing play.
It's his 40 time might get your 40 time back in the day, OG.
Fuck, he's sub 5s for sure.
He's a fucking freak.
Yeah,
Sarko's been unreal. Ewan Aiken, an unreal, underrated player for Dolphins this year. He's been really solid. And our boy Brenko Lee, Mudders Lee, he's been fucking good. Mudders Lee just walks.
It's good defensively, man. He just bashes blokes.
Mudders Lee, as in Brenko, he reminds me of a 1990s player who just plays Reggie's and then backs up and
just
plays
backs
first
up.
grade.
So Olsen Filipano.
Hey, someone just went down. Brenko, we need you to play first grade. Whatever, bro. Give us another jersey. Just make sure it's clean.
Yeah, fuck. I like it. I like this game. It's evenly matched.
I feel like it's one in the forwards. Is that a fair summation? I mean, most games are, but just given...
they've both got mad strike in the backs too. They've both got fucking match winners in the back. I reckon the
halves, man. Halves are very important.
Yeah.
Tanner Boyd and Kieran Foran.
Fozzie could be the difference in this one with a strong performance. This is the sort of game where he's got to stand up. He's the veteran. When you look at all these guys, Cody Nickareema's been around for a while, but he doesn't have the stature that Fozzie's got in the game.
So whoever's going to be marking for Fafita has got a big job, Cody or Katoa.
Let's go. Katoa plays right.
He does.
Well, he's going to cop a lot of traffic. Yep. So the young kids, he's got a game.
Yep.
Defensive game. He's going to have a big defensive game. Tanner Boyd's been playing good, I reckon, as well.
Yep.
He has been.
Oh, Alejandro Brimson on
Alejandro's
21.
back, is he?
Oh, I reckon if Brimo ends up playing, Tanner Boyd misses out. Foz plays 7.
Really?
AJ Brim. You can't drop Campbell.
No,
You don't think they'll move him back to 14 as per they did the beginning of the season?
No,
Jaden.
I don't think he can. I reckon it's tough, man. Because this. If you go to extended squad down there, OG, there's a kid called Keno Kinney. I've watched some stuff on him.
Oh,
he
yeah.
looks like a fucking freak fullback as well. So someone's going to become available at the Titans soon.
They look like they've got some good outside backs.
Yeah, they've got a couple of good fullbacks. The Brimo Kinney, this Kinney kid is a young Māori boy, and then you got Jaden Campbell. Fuck, they got some
Big Thomas Michaeli is up there
Michaeli?
from the
Yeah.
from
Back
the
from
Tigers.
England.
Was he the Tigers? Tigers Junior?
Yeah,
Tigers.
well,
Then
He's
went
got
to
some
England.
fucking talent, man. Hopefully he's getting really some good coaching at the Titans. Play to his potential.
I'm going to go Titans.
I'm going Titans for sure.
Okay.
I love watching them. They had the Bronx. Teams like just say even like that's why I'm
But-
going Newcastle. Newcastle would be getting more out of that loss than anything.
100%. But my point was remember when the Dragons should have beat or were right in it with the Broncos,
should have beat.
and then they went bang bang bang. Is that a sign because they're not fucking mentally strong enough? And then look what's happened to the Dragons after. Anyway, we'll see. We'll find out. Give me the
Can't
Titans.
look into it that much. That's a little Haas down the back there, the 17,
Yep.
Payne Haas.
Yep.
Wonder
Oh.
if he's anything like.
He's been all right.
Yeah,
He's been all right. Yeah. He's related to Payne. It's his brother. or
gotta
something.
be. It's his brother, yeah.
Yeah.
Good game.
Sunday, 4 o'clock. It's the Tiger Town Scope Cup out at Campbelltown Stadium. West Tigers take on Manly Sea Eagles.
500 head to head.
Done.
There we go.
500?
No.
Fuck, you don't shake on it then, DJ Tony.
Lira.
I'm pretty confident this week. But anyway, our friends at the tab, Manly $1.30,
I thought,
Tigers $3.50, line 9.5.
you don't know about that. In the old school, that's fucking 500
Yeah,
too.
you can't shake on it and then
shake
just back off.
This is what we're
I'm
talking
holding
about.
you to that.
23s.
All right.
Yeah, no idea.
Why don't you tell me why you think Manly's going to win this week?
Do we have to waste the viewers' time, OG? Nah, I'm only kidding. This is a tricky game.
Yeah, mate.
This is a tricky game because this is the sort of game fucking in the past couple of years. Did the Tigers? No, they didn't. Not beat us last year.
No, he's beat us last year at Campbelltown.
But it was
Remember Brent
close.
Naden got sent off and that was a turning point?
Yeah, that's
It
right.
was not his first game.
That's right. It wasn't pretty though, was it? In either game,
No, it was pretty ugly.
was it? What was the game where Luke Garner streaked away and scored a try on Turbo? Was that closer?
That was at Brookie, and I think there was a binning to Kapoa and Tommy ran riot. But yeah, Luke Garner scored that runaway try, but both times he's beat us.
Okay.
So
Who's your fullback?
Jareen Buller. So Keebra Park kid, PNG heritage.
Right.
He's actually a former basketballer. Absolutely supreme athlete. Brilliant leap. You'll see him under the high ball.
Is he tall?
I think he's
Is this his
about-
debut? Sorry,
yeah, it is his debut.
Yeah,
I think he's
right.
about
Okay.
188
Good
centimetres.
luck to him.
Yeah, really, really brilliant athlete. A little bit raw, but obviously if Sheens reckons he's good to go, then he's going to throw him straight in there. But
Genius.
very excited to
Junior
see how
Tupou.
he goes.
My
Junior
boy was
Tupou's
good last week. Tall for Foa Sipley. He was unreal. He was good for him off the bench.
Yeah, he was good.
Oh, what about you? Missed it, bro. You weren't here. Fucking Olakuatu's hit and Olawai on Juzzy Olam. We seen
That's
you
the
tweet.
best. That's the best.
Is that the cleanest hit?
ever?
Remember-
On a person like that? Like he's
Remember Stevie Maddeyes on George Burgess off the kickoff
yeah,
in 2014? Do you remember that?
yeah, I do.
But we got Stevie Maddey got
He got suspended.
he got suspended and binned for
Then
it.
he hit.
or
Remember in
penalised.
2015, who did he hit? The front rower.
Oh, not Starlo.
No, it was that other bloke. He was a starting prop.
Dave Tyrrell?
Tyrrell.
That was
But I reckon there's some of the cleanest one-on-one hits. I'm
Yeah.
talking 2-on-1.
yeah.
Perfect tackle tech. No shoulder to the head. No nothing.
Yeah.
Clean as hell. Best hit I've ever seen. If that was on anyone else but Justin Olam,
Dead.
fucking ambulance, dead. Seriously, like that guy just got up and he was like, "Oh yeah, I got hit. I got
Dead.
hit hard." You know what I
Dead.
mean? Like he just sort of going. He was rattled, clearly rattled, played the ball and everything.
Well,
like
I
that.
reckon he went to HIA just to get his breath back because he was fucking that dizzy. Like he
just-
got concussed by.
He's never been hit that hard in his life. I don't think anyone's ever put him like that. I know that Olakuatu's getting all the credit, but fucking LUAI was the first hitter.
Oh, you reckon?
Yeah, I reckon he got first contact.
Ooh, I thought it was 60-40
Simultaneous?
Olakuatu.
Yeah?
I thought it was 60-40 because Olakuatu gets him on that angle. So I reckon
gotta
Olan's
slow it
running
down.
more physically at Olakwatu, as in the sense like more front on.
Yeah, right.
But because LUAI clips him from the side, it makes it look more dramatic.
Okay, I'm gonna have a real good look
But
at it.
Anyway, either
Paseka was outstanding as well.
Yeah.
I thought he played one of his best games. Yeah, it looks like that was the game that the Eagles needed to sort of like just fucking
Get in the
build
game.
that fucking brotherhood. You know what I mean? That was the time their whole forward pack played like a forward pack.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Schuster's
it's
back
always
this
been
week
like
too.
really like in and out. I like what I saw, man. Olakwatu's the man.
$1.30 head to heads. You think that's pretty solid, but I'll take the -9.5 as well.
I still look at that pack, man. It's like
Manly 13 plus.
I look at the
Tigers pack.
Tigers pack, and that's fucking.
I feel
It can
sorry
match
for 'em.
anyone.
It doesn't matter. It's like a boat without a fucking rudder. You know?
Without a Kurt Rudder.
Who's this? Decline.
Righto. Yeah. Fuck Manly.
All right. I don't need to ask you.
Who are you going, DJ Touchdown?
I'm
Do you
going
stick solid in this sort of shit? Do you go, fuck, we're going to win this shit? Or do you just concede?
tips or just like
Just life.
it's a constant cycle as a Tigers fan.
Do you think you can win it? What percentage do you think you can win this game?
I'm confident about this one, eh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
It's going to have to happen soon.
There you go.
I just feel as if coming off the back of the bye, our last footy against Parramatta was very strong. I know that obviously Manly played brilliantly on the weekend, but I just feel like the bye gave us a bit of time to reset. You know, there's been a lot of shit spoken about in the media for a long time. At one point, it's got to turn. I feel like we're close.
It's got to turn somewhere. They're going to get a win somewhere. Hopefully, it's not this week.
Yes.
All right, let's get in the Anzac games.
No games Monday, Tuesday at Allianz, 4:00. The Chooks take on the Dragons as part of the Anzac Day clash. Tab has the Chooks at $1.20 favourites. St George out at a healthy $4.50, which when you look at St George's Anzac Day record, I think that's a little
done
bit
all right over the
long.
last
I
couple
think
of
that's a
weeks.
bit long. Anyway, line is at 13.5. Where do you see this going?
I feel like the decision that he's made on Sam Walker is really going to trigger it in the players. It's a wake up call for everyone. I think everyone, everyone is as much as Sam's only a 50 gamer and a young kid. It's still people would consider him the player next. You know, we're talking about him in terms of Origin as well, Mace, at one point. So it's a nice little wake up call for everyone. I think even Brace said. On 360, he was talking about Cheese. Yeah, Cheese is getting let off in this as well. Like
He's the scapegoat, pretty much.
Well,
A little bit. Like, a little bit.
Stage,
Who else you
in a way?
Sorry, all those big dogs, who are you going to name? He's on the least of the he's on the
Yes.
bottom of the pecking order.
Yes.
You're going to drop Cheese? No.
Yep. Everyone's on.
I don't think they're playing that bad, but
No, they're not
they're
playing
just not
crazy,
killing
mate.
it.
They're still like fucking 4th or 5th on the ladder as well, right? But it's good to see Angus Crichton too playing.
Yeah,
last
I'm
week,
happy
Mace.
for that guy.
Yeah, great to see him
So the
back.
Gus, he's in the
Gus
extended
is
squad.
back.
Do you think he'll play?
I think he will play. I think he played Reggie's
they've
last.
named him. They've
No,
named
he's
him
in.
12.
He's in,
for
isn't he?
us.
That looks like a better pack.
Yeah, that looks better. He just makes them.
Lindsay Collins was having a crack last week too.
Yep.
Big
Good
boy.
player, one's up.
Yeah, that's a decent. That's a team there. That's a team. We can get the Sam Walker kid playing his best football and put Manu back to centres and Momorowski back to probably Reggie's. Then you're probably looking at a decent team.
Yeah, if they can figure it out with Sam Walker, it's just
They
like
just figure it out. Just got to figure it out. Let him go back to Reggie's for a couple of weeks. Maybe he just needs to get some confidence, running the ball, doing some little things, just getting back to his old habits.
a little kick in the bum.
Yeah.
Because
I
the
don't know.
Dragons,
This is always a good game. It's very
Yeah, they'll pump up, won't
it's
they?
an
I think
emotional
13
game.
and a
I played
half
it.
too
I
much.
played
I
in these
think form
games.
sort of
On
goes out
Anzac
the window
Day.
for it.
No,
yeah.
but
On Anzac Day,
but
bro,
it's
they pump
different
up.
on
You're
Anzac
better than
Day.
this,
It's
mate,
different on Anzac Day. You can have Anzac Day. You can have Anzac round, but when you play in these games, man, like they're fucking hard. A lot of emotions. They fly the jets over. They play the last.
Last post.
The last post. It's fucking very, very emotional. You got some players in your team that, their granddad was in, World War II and all this kind of stuff. There's always someone like that.
We had a famous victory when we played for Manly against Melbourne in 15, Mace.
Yeah, we did. It was unreal, wasn't it? It was mad because that was on the day.
Time.
So that was on the day, right? Yeah. And it's just a lot fucking more special. We were coming last
at the time. They were coming first, and we beat them.
We were. It was. Yeah, so, those games, man. I look back on my career, and I'm like, they were brutal. They were fun. They were emotional. All the games that you sort of remember. A lot of games you sort of flow through, and you just, you know what I mean. Like, but those games I can remember, and I don't think we won one. Because fucking St George always turned up, man.
Yeah, they were the bomb back then too.
Yeah, so I'm still going to go with the Roosters. Good on Gus for getting back. Mutters, Hutchison.
I seen the boys too. We'll get to that. I seen because I played golf with them.
Tupanua's back as well. Love it.
Oh yeah, I missed that.
Love it. So those boys played Reggie's last week. I think Crichton and Tupanua.
Oh yeah, game over.
Matty Lodge is back as well. He played last week.
Yes, a little hint to where towards I'm going. I've seen the Roosters boys. They're playing comp. I played comp every Wednesday.
Yeah.
And Egan Butcher scored too on the outline.
I know, it was mad.
On the outline, right, with that nice little baby fade.
Yeah.
This week I've got another little one for my Levels Punters Club Bets Friends special LPC. Fuck, who let us down last week? Penrith couldn't.
Yeah, what happened there? Like, I don't understand with the line and stuff. I thought they had to just be within 14.
No.
What happened there?
We had to pump Newcastle and they didn't do it.
Oh, you took the line from Newcastle.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you took the other way.
No.
I don't know.
Chooks for you, mate?
Yeah, Chooks 13.5 is a bit scary. Angus Crichton's got to get back into form. It's going to be new combinations in the halves. Might be a bit clunky there for a little bit, and Dragons love playing in this game.
All right, last one, 7 o'clock in Melbourne. The Storm take on the Warriors. Melbourne are $1.23, whereas the Warriors are out at a healthy $4.20. I reckon that's a crime. Line's out at 12.5.
Sorry?
Now, Melbourne...
That's overs.
Oh my God, what are they doing that to the Warriors for?
Melbourne traditionally do win this game, but at the same time, the Warriors have been exceptional.
They're a different team this year, man.
Wow.
So, therefore...
12.5's too much.
Therefore, who comes out victorious after 80 minutes?
Yeah, it's hard to not see the Storm bouncing back, but 12.5 is too many points.
I reckon the Warriors are going to win this.
Hey.
Yeah. This game's always been a good game. This is a fucking Anzac Day.
They pumped them the last couple of years though.
Different team, man. This
team.
they're going to go down there. This will be their little acid test. Are we the real deal? Can we go? Can we go with these
Another
guys?
big test.
Another massive test. We're going to play in Melbourne on Anzac Day. What are we made out of? What are we?
They've had a reasonably comfortable. So think back, Cowboys, right? They were a big test for the Wires. Who did they play before it? Did they beat you?
Tolu Harris is back.
Did they beat the Dogs the week before? And the Sharks was a good one, actually. No, they've
played all right, man.
Yeah,
they're game ready. They're game ready.
Good footy.
When you look at all the mullets in the comp, you look at Big Tino's and that, like Dallin Watini-Selesniak's mullet is fucking styled like Rick James or something like that.
No, it's like
fucking great.
Not Rick James. Ricky from Soul Glow.
Soul Glow or something. Yeah, that's what I mean. It is proper. It's the best. I reckon it's the best. I reckon it's the best out of everyone's.
Yeah. It's full on
because it's curled and it's like fucking. It's
coming to America.
Yeah,
Ricky.
And when it gets wet, it's just like thick because fucking Big Tino's is long.
Yeah.
He's got straight hair, but that's got that.
It's got
that
a perm.
curl. It's like a perm. It's like
it's like a perm.
It's got bounce.
Yeah.
He's got bounce.
He uses his head and shoulders.
Oh man, he should be in an ad.
Yeah, fucking oath he should be. It is the best one.
Give him an ad.
He's my little cousin too, Del.
I fucking love it. I don't know, he's been injured or something this year. And
No, he's had his first game back. Yeah.
Fucking Marcelo Montoya. God, what has he been?
Fuck, he's been on
killing
fire,
everything.
Yeah.
Playing in the centres.
Yep. He moved in to make way for Del and Viliami Valea went
he's
to the
out.
bench. Yeah. The extended squad. Martis Curran, he's been getting a little bit more time. He pushes back to the bench now that Murata Niokora comes back from his suspension.
I like the Warriors.
I don't mind the Warriors,
Yeah.
I'm going to go Storm, though, head to head.
Yep.
But give me the points. 12.5 from our friends at the tap. Geez, they've been looking after the punters. Our friends at the tap. Geez, they're good to them.
Shout out to our friends at the tap. Mace, where do you see this game going?
The Warriors. in a real tight one. I just think guys like Fanua Blake and Chaz Davanga, Jackson Ford, they just got some real good toilers in there forward. It's well balanced for once. Nia Cora's been good. Toru Harris balances the whole thing out.
The most underrated back row in the competition, Jackson Ford and Murata Nia Cora.
Yeah, they play 80 minutes each. Like Chaz Tavanga adds that little bit more of a ball-playing front rower, I suppose.
Yeah.
Toru Harris's work. Yeah, they're well balanced. Freddie Lussick, he's a good little player as well. Backline's pretty good. They'll run hard. It's going to be fucking closer than you think. It's awful that they're giving them $4 a tab.
Well, they're friends of the tab. They look after the punters, mate.
Yeah.
You know that.
And how long have they been called the Wars for?
I think that's the last couple of years.
I do not call them the Wars. So when you fucking at me, don't say Wars. I'm like, I just think you're talking fucking Wars. It's Warriors to me, and that's fucking it.
I think there's a little bit of in-house fighting between the fans too.
I don't like the Wars either.
A couple of OGs reached out to me and go, "Where this fucking Wars?"
This is what I'm like. Who the fuck are the Wars? Yeah. Someone hit me up on it like, "Well, you're not back in the Wars." Just a couple of weeks. I'm like, who are you fucking talking about? The
Waratahs.
The Waratahs. I'm like,
Waratahs?
I don't fucking bet on. I don't do your fucking union show.
Yeah,
that's enough. Where's?
It's
some fucking Warriors.
All right, this is the week. Chasing the Grateful Eight. We're about to get into it. Kicking it off. South versus Penrith. I'm going Cody Walker. He loves scoring against the fucking Panthers, mate. Game 2, Parramatta against Brisbane up in Darwin. Give me Herbie, fully loaded Farnworth. Game 3.
I'm just calling him fully loaded.
The Bulldogs against Cronulla Sharks. We went against him last week. I'm going with him this week's Nicholas Hines. North Queensland Cowboys against the Newcastle Knights up at Townsville. KP's back. Give me Bradman Best on that little double shape. West Tigers, DJ Tiger Town's West Tigers versus my Manly Seagull Bird Gang. The man of the moment, Hamola Alukwatu. I'm just backing him every week because he's fucking good for it. Dolphins at home to the Gold Coast Titans. I think my little mate Fozzie puts over David Fafita on that left edge against the young and inexperienced Qatar. Melbourne versus the Wars. Guy who loves scoring against the Wars is the halfback for the Melbourne Storm. Give me Jerome Hughes. And as I mentioned before, ran into the Roosters boys, playing a bit of golf this morning. First person I ran into, the Sir Teddy, James Tedesco, ran into him.
He hasn't scored one yet.
Hey, he's due. It's hard to find Sir Teddy. So Sir Teddy comes screaming around onto our fairway. Where's me ball? Hey, the skip, what's doing, brother? Him and Mutters Hutchinson seeing the boys. So give me Sir Teddy, James Tedesco at $2.15.
Oh, fuck.
That is the Grateful Eight.
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good.
All right, now let's get into our Levels Punters Club's Bets Friends channel special, the LPC, baby.
Yeah.
What a mouthful getting that shit out. I'm going to go my Bird Gang, Manly, -9.5 to pump his Tigers. Easy.
It's personal. It's personal.
9.5 ain't enough. And I mentioned him just before. Sir Teddy, James Tedesco. It's been hard to find the Teddy this year. He's going to score in the first 60 minutes. $5.50 for that bet. Max bet, $25. As always, we want everyone to be playing safe during the footy season, so please keep front of mind what are you really gambling with. And if you need free and confidential support, call 1-800-858-858 or visit gamblinghelpline.org.au. And just another little reminder, you can find all of our current LPC bets under the Bets Friends banner on the Tab app. Thanks for the preview show. See you next week. Preview on Wednesday.
Yep.
See yous.